We're going to dive back into the world of 6-inch figures today because the Visitor last week I don't think was nearly as cool as a 6-inch figure could have been. So where am I going next? Well, I'm not jumping ship out of Fortnite just to find a random 6-inch figure. I am going back to Fortnite and we are going to look at the Enforcer figure. Why are we looking at this Enforcer figure? Because I think he looks pretty cool. He has like a dark Deadpool vibe. I don't know. He looks really neat, and I actually am very interested in looking this one. I decided to do the Visitor because I was doing that for a very specific reason. But this one I'm doing because I think he looks cool. So, come on this journey with me. Let's see what I think again about 6-inch figures. Here we have the Enforcer figure, part of the Fortnite Legendary Series from Jazwares. Yep, I hit all the right things, and Epic Games is the one who made it. Anyway, here's the Enforcer in the package. You can see all of him and his goodies. We'll flip this around real quick. You can see the back. There's the Enforcer, there's the cross sail, and more dropping soon, which at the time of this video being released, more have dropped soon. So anyway, we're going to open this thing up and take a look at my second 6-inch figure. Alright, we're back now. The Enforcer's open, and I left this package here real quick to point out that it says it has 38 points of articulation. And part of the fun is figuring out where all the articulation is. So here's the figure. I'll set him back there, and I'll point out a couple of these accessories real quick first. And that is the thing that looks like a shield and a back bling at the same time. This is called the Subjugator. And it feels heavy, and it's a bit rubbery, but not real rubbery. That's kind of cool. Next is the harvesting tool. This is called the Caliper. Now, I'm not sure why they included it with Enforcer. As far as I can tell, it goes with the archetype skin. The archetype figure, character, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, it's still a pretty cool looking harvesting tool. Next, we have got a bolt action sniper rifle right here. And I like these over the 4-inch figures because they actually color them a little bit more realistic looking. This looks like it might have a wrap on it. So anyway, I like that. Next, we have some bandages. That's right, just in case he needs to be healed up, we got some bandages. And we got a Boogie Bomb. It's a little disco ball, black disco ball with different colors on there. And he comes with 2 different masks. So let's get in and take a look at this figure here, who is very dark gray, got some bits of silver, and he's got a removable hood. So you can take off his hood. He kind of has a Spawn Deadpool kind of look to him, so I don't know. But he's got face masks, which you can pull off. Well, as I mentioned, he's got 2 face masks. Took off one. And you do that, you can then take off his scarf. You can put his face back on if you want him to be without the scarf. Depends on what you think, how he looks. Let's try his other faces here real quick. So, he looks like that. You looking at me? What's going on? And got a wide-eyed looking one. So there. Those are the 2 different masks. I'll put the original one back on. And for the moment, I'm going to leave the scarf and the hood off. So what kind of articulation does this guy have? Well, he's got what I've learned is a pretty standard toe articulation. They bend up and down, both of them. The feet rotate around. They hinge back and forth. Got the double knee joint. That's a little tight. He's got a thigh rotation all the way around. And he can actually sit pretty kind of good if he spreads his legs like so. And kind of has a bad back about it. He can't really... he can probably... Oh, actually, he can do pretty good there. And so those move around. His waist is supposed to move around, but it's really tight. He's got a nice torso wiggle. He's got the hinge on his fingers, and his wrists rotate, and he has a hinge, and he's got a double elbow. His shoulder pads flip up. He's got wings, wings, wings. His shoulders rotate around, and they bend up and down. No, they don't. Not the way I just did it. He has a bicep swivel. So like so. And his head rotates around, and he's got that cool... These hinges work a lot better than the 4-inch figures, I'll tell you that much. So anyway, that is his movement. Now, if we take his face off, we put his scarf back on, tuck his face back on, he still has got pretty good motion there. Can kind of rotate. He's kind of stuck going about that far. If you shove that scarf down, you can probably get a little bit more, but scarf will hinder the motion. All right, pop his face back off. So where are we at points of movement? Did I find them all? Well, let's go through and count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Uh-oh. I did it again. I missed a couple. I'm not really sure where they are. Not really sure at all, but I'm not going to try and find them. So I found 36. How many can you find? So let's see. He's got a hole in his back. The back bling will fit right there. If it needs to come off, well, it can. Let's see. How should we have him hold the shield? Well, I'm not really sure how to get him to grip the shield. There, maybe something like so. Nope. Okay, let's do this then. Let's get his hand upward. And the thing I find the most troublesome with these figures is the finger hinge. This finger articulation, the movement. I don't get it to work very well for me. I find it to be really loose, and I believe that might end up being the weakest point on these 6-inch figures. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong, so someone's going to have to, in the comments, tell me how... Oh, there we go. Haha. Alright, now... There we go. Ah! I lost it. It's down here on the floor, and I can't find it. Oh, I just found it. Alright, cool. Now, the bandages have a hole in it. So I'm looking around, and I don't see a peg. Wouldn't that be neat to have like a peg on the leg or something somewhere that you could attach those bandages? Can he hold the grenade? Sure, he can hold the grenade just fine. It's a smaller handle. Makes it look like he's holding a coffee cup. Here's to you. And I'm sure he can hold the rifle. I'm sure he can do the thing he just dropped. Hang on. Alright. Let's put the Boogie Bomb down. Let's put the rifle in his hand. Let's tighten up his fingers. Rotate the wrist. And yeah, I don't know about the... Let's just make a mess of this figure. See? This is what you want to see. You want to see an average person messing around with this. Okay. That's really loose. Let's try this side. Okay. I can get him to hold it and stand like so. But it kind of looks odd. It's going to take me a while to get him really into it. Into the pose. Now the harvesting tool would be pretty easy. There we go. Put his hood back on. Actually, let's put his scarf back on. And we'll put his face back on. I do like how they have the face change out. That's really kind of cool. All right. Now, the one disappointing thing is that they don't have figure stands. Some sort of a figure stand for these figures. So we'll get him all dressed up here. He's got some big boots, I'll say that much. I think he's holding some of his stuff, some of these accessories, better than the Visitor did that I did on the last video. There, I'll set those off to the side. So there we have the Enforcer. It's a cool looking figure. I don't know how much I'd actually play with it, simply because the hands are, if they had more of a fixed hand, I think I'd like it a whole lot better. So anyway, there is the Enforcer. Actually, it's probably not the Enforcer, but there is Enforcer. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video.